November 24th, 1971, Thanksgiving Eve. A man in a dark business suit boards a flight in Portland, Oregon. He looks like a typical businessman. He is anything but. Within hours, he will commit the perfect crime. A crime so flawless, it remains the only unsolved skyjacking in American history. He walked away with $200,000 and vanished into thin air. The name he left behind? D.B. Cooper. But the question that has haunted the FBI for over 50 years remains. Who was he?
Flight 305 was a short milk run from Portland to Seattle. On board was 36 passengers and 6 crew. Among them was a man who called himself Dan Cooper. He was described as being in his mid-40s, around 6 feet tall, with dark eyes. He ordered a bourbon and soda, lit a cigarette, and waited. Shortly after takeoff, he handed a note to the flight attendant, Florence Schaffner. When she didn't read it immediately, he leaned in and whispered chilling words. "Miss, you'd better look at that note. I have a bomb." The note was written in neat, capital letters. It demanded $200,000 and 4 parachutes. To prove he was serious, he opened his briefcase. Inside, a terrifying sight. A mess of wires, a battery, and 6 red sticks that looked exactly like dynamite. The crew was terrified. The man was calm, cool, and collected.
The plane landed in Seattle. Cooper released the passengers in exchange for the $20 bills and 4 parachutes. But his ordeal wasn't over. He kept the crew on board and demanded they fly him to Mexico City. It was a tactic of pure genius. He knew the 727 had a unique feature, a rear staircase that could be lowered mid-flight. He also demanded the plane fly below 10,000 feet and at a slow speed of 200 miles per hour. The perfect conditions for a parachute jump. The crew took off into the night. As they flew over the dense wilderness of the Pacific Northwest, a warning light went off in the cockpit. The rear staircase had been deployed. The hijacker was gone. D.B. Cooper had jumped into the pitch-black, stormy night. He took the money and vanished into the abyss. The FBI launched the NORJAK investigation, one of the longest and most exhaustive in its history. They had very little to go on. They found a few cigarette butts, a black clip-on tie, and some partial fingerprints. But the clues were a dead end. The initial theory was that Cooper must have been an expert paratrooper, perhaps with military experience. However, the FBI eventually reached a devastating conclusion. No experienced skydiver would jump into that situation. He wore loafers and a trench coat. He jumped in the rain, at night, with 200-mile-per-hour winds. To make matters worse, his reserve parachute was a training model that had been sewn shut, something any pro would have checked. The FBI concluded he likely didn't survive the jump. Then, in 1980, a breakthrough. An 8-year-old boy found a bundle of decaying $20 bills on the banks of the Columbia River. The serial numbers matched the ransom money, but no body was found. No other money was recovered. The discovery only deepened the mystery. After 45 years and 800 suspects, the FBI officially suspended the case in 2016, stating they would redirect resources. Today, D.B. Cooper is a folk legend, a man who stuck it to the system and got away with it, if he survived. In a world of cameras and surveillance, his story serves as a reminder of a simpler, more mysterious time. Who was D.B. Cooper? Was he a master criminal, a desperate man, or a ghost? Until the money is spent or his name is confirmed, the legend of the hijacker who vanished without a trace will continue to haunt the skies. This is one mystery that may never be solved.